Hello, my name is Kirsten Graham. I'm the mother of a 7-year-old daughter, Emmy. My personal experience as a parent of a child who suffered 5 years before being properly diagnosed with a sleep disorder reflects the tremendous burden that missed sleep problems have on both the patient and their family. Along the way, she received 4 different mental health diagnoses and experienced a severe adverse drug reaction to a pharmaceutical treatment. A comprehensive functional sleep assessment developed through the Sleep Research Lab at BC Children's Hospital ultimately recognized her underlying sleep disorder. With this clear understanding, we were able to work with her medical team to put an end to her suffering.
Hi, my name is Berger.
And I'm Duncan Wong. We're co-op students studying at the University of British Columbia. Since starting here in the Sleep Research Lab of BC Children's Hospital in May 2013, we have learned a lot about comprehensive functional sleep assessments.
So functional assessments are the foundation for individualized clinical assessments. They are a form of explorative, semi-structured interviews which respects parents as accurate historians and incorporates their narratives into clinical history taking. For us, the concept is especially important to develop a shared language and collaboratively build up a hypothesis.
We came here not knowing much about the significance of sleep, let alone the concept of functional assessments. However, in the last 9 months, we have had the privilege of interacting with dozens of families and hearing their stories, and seeing what a functional sleep assessment looks like in person.
And now we have gained the skill set of knowing how to direct a conversation by asking the right questions, knowing what to listen for as we take notes, and knowing how to structure this information to concise descriptions in a report.
Taking this knowledge, our sleep research team has designed an app, which is the digitized version of the comprehensive functional sleep assessment. The app helps to facilitate bidirectional communication and that shared language between the family and all involved professionals.
So we all know the basics of language as the ABCs, and here we'll be teaching you the ABCs of conducting a functional sleep assessment using our app.
Application. Contact the family regarding their first app assessment, given the contact information provided on the consent form.
From a parent's viewpoint, the family can be busy or in crisis. Make sure you're respectful of their time and schedule before going over the app. Take the time to establish a relationship and build trust and confidence with the family. This will help with data collection by structuring your observations and note-taking.
Assessment. Done at their home or over the phone. Family will receive hard copy of the app for reference.
From a parent's view, it's important that a family be as comfortable as possible. Be aware that some of the questions that you are asking are extremely sensitive.
General app information. The app is designed to ask parents about their children's sleep problems. If the child can be included, for example, they're age appropriate, the parent and the child should review the app together.
From a parent's viewpoint, sleep and sleep problems can be a sensitive topic of discussion within families. You may hear different perspectives. Don't force families to come to a consensus. Instead, remind families to think about a typical week. We are collecting a general picture.
This is the weakness of an app. This is where your observations and descriptions are especially important. The results will be discussed with the family during the follow-up assessment to collaboratively come to a consensus. Think of a typical week in the child's life.
Going over the app. The What to Expect page outlines the next steps and confirms confidentiality. The first set of questions involve general sleep and well-being questions. The app is designed so that if you press yes to certain questions, follow-up questions will pop up. The pop-up style helps to personalize the experience and direct the conversation. There are 9 domains, each containing a short, specific question set.
The 9 domains include bedtime, sleepiness, awakenings, timing, breathing, medication, diagnoses, family, and background.
Our functional sleep assessment is based on the BEARS screening concept, with focus on the 5 domains affecting sleep/wake behaviors. B is for bedtime, E, excessive daytime sleepiness, A, awakenings, R, regularity or routines, S, snoring.
We conceptually broaden the BEARS domains and explore and ground the gathered information with the well-being of the child and his or her parents and their family ecology. The Sleep-Wake Behaviors app operationalizes the revised concept, known as the Vancouver Polar BEARS, and gathers data in a modern and safe way. The questions range from yes or no, frequency, severity, and multiple selection. What we have learned as students is that observing, active listening, and note-taking helps to build up the case and draw out the history from the narratives. These will be important for creating the descriptions used in the report later on and help the assessing professional to get an idea of the entire situation and for the physician to come to a diagnosis.
Build a case. After going over the app or handout, provide the family with sleep logs and diaries. Ask the family to fill these out for 2 weeks.
Sleep logs record when the child goes to bed, falls asleep, has awakenings over the night, wakes up in the morning, naps, and/or has mood changes over the day or night. Sleep logs help to create an overview of the current sleep situation. Sleep diaries record additional details, for example, changes in moods and sleep/wake behaviors when falling asleep or waking up. For example, are these challenging behaviors? They also record the nature of events and situations over the day or night. Questions on the diaries help parents to objectively reflect, prepare, and structure their narrative at the follow-up assessment.
From a parent's viewpoint, sleep logs and diaries help the family to take a step back and take an objective look at a situation which has become the norm. This is especially important step if the problems have been long-term or chronic. Sleep diaries are an optional tool for families that would like to add additional comments or highlight areas that they see as significant collateral information.
Communicate. After filling out the sleep logs and diaries for 2 weeks, families will come back for a second assessment parallel to a clinical assessment with a doctor at the Joint Sleep Clinic. This is to see how parents' perspective may have evolved over 2 weeks with close monitoring and tracking of the sleep problems. Clinical results will be discussed with the parents and their referring healthcare professional. After this point, continuing care will be the responsibility of the referring healthcare professional and/or the case manager that helps the family to navigate the system.
Families will receive a sleep assessment report that you have prepared and finalized after the clinical assessment with the assessing physician. Evaluation. Follow-up conducted as part of research about the app, not intended as clinical follow-up, will be at 3 months and at 6 months with the family.
From a parent's perspective, these descriptions in the report will be the basis for a shared language between the parents and their multidisciplinary team. This means that the report accurately reflects the parents' concerns and the professional's recommendations in a way that can be easily interpreted. Maya and Duncan have taught you the basics of a functional sleep assessment using the app. As a parent, I believe it's important to highlight the importance of active listening, and that the app should not be used as a checklist, but as a tool to grasp a fuller clinical picture and help formulate an intervention plan that reflects each individual family situation and priorities.
One of the key outcomes when you use mental health medication or medication for sleep is to continue to look at issues relating to harm. And it's not so obvious. Sometimes drugs cause behavioral adverse drug reactions, things that change a child's behavior for the worse. So we might see aggression, we might see sleeplessness, we might see irritability, frustration, confusion. Those are the kinds of things that you need to watch for as a parent.